going up against the reigning runner-up in Gen.G. Is it Gen.G's time this time, Daz?
That's what we're here to find out. Version 1, we've seen this team really take a series into their hands and just control it. Whether you talk about yesterday's matchup or even today's against NRG, Version 1 is not a team I would count out just yet, but Gen.G have all the momentum forward. They've been, like you said, they've been running the gauntlet here in NA. They've already clinched the major, but can they clinch the Fall Cup?
All eyes on Beast Mode as he's on the ground waiting for that pass from Calm, and there's apparently Jack high up on the backboard, avoiding contact and also avoiding any kind of rebound. Beast Mode, second touch to the backboard. Torment's there, and Chronic will have that ball away. And the question, of course, can Gen.G stay on the field against Version 1? They've come in with a clear strategy. Bumps and demos. A lot of physical play led in large part by Calm, who's up to challenge Nolly. Nolly's around him, and Beast Mode there with the stop.
Ooh, good pass from Chronic, though. Jack almost able to get that redirect. Decent pressure coming out from Gen.G on the press. But both teams heavily adaptable in their matchups. The question, though, is will we start to see that demo spree come out? As already, this game, Calm has just been all over the ball. That was Torment's second touch that we just saw there. Here comes Calm again, this time a little too slow. And ball into that back end. Torment passes to Beast Mode, who looks to control this all the way across the field.
Well, apparently Jack right there to meet him. Of course, that's where the high field IQ of this Gen.G roster comes into play. Led, of course, by Jack. Here's Chronic, though. Big pinch all the way downfield. Jack chasing it down, and he'll score it!
Jack was tracking this ball. Pitch from Chronic. Lasers downfield. Knew Calm was uncomfortable when he ran up the sidewall, and Jack muscles his way through for Gen.G to get their first goal.
Chronic with the massive pinch. Just under 2 minutes gone by. How does Version 1 answer? Calm, gonna leave that for Torment. Now they have to take over. If this is Version 1's answer, they might be done real early. I don't know what happened there, but all of a sudden, Version 1 kind of lost the plot here. Chronic up to Nolly, wide, it's open for Chronic, and he sent it to the left. Beast Mode happened to be there. That's one that Gen.G is going to want back. They got to feel like they should have a 2-0 lead.
Yeah, I mean, goal line save there for Beast Mode, but despite that, it looks like V1 very shaky in the opener here. The defense has been having a lot of close calls, and the offense hasn't been as threatening. Calm, though, trying there, does get the flipper set, but it's an awkward one, and Noli just has to remain patient in the net to get the clear away. Torment will get demoed, and Jack will try to do it all himself. Gets a bump on Beast Mode. Follow up from Chronic on target. Torment clears it into space. Noli follow. Chronic gets the bump. Took Beast Mode out the play, and Noli's shot is good.
V1 getting a taste of their own medicine. Physical play. Beast Mode knocked out of the play. Nolly makes it 2-0. Chronic with both assists. Again, the story of Gen.G, James talked about it earlier. We've talked about it constantly over these first couple of regionals. How well Chronic has fit in with apparently Jack and Nolly. It has just been the absolute perfect fit. And again, Version 1 just left out in their own defensive zone. Here goes Chronic. And Torment will have that up to the corner.
Good clearance. V1 still time to get back into this game. This is a different team that has stunned all of the Titans in North America that they've played against. V1 are going to be tested here in their matchup. But that being said, this is going to be a long series. It's a marathon, not a sprint in the best of 7. And a minute 15 left. They can still come back in this if they get a successful drive here soon, Stacks.
Version 1 got to play this with a sense of urgency, too. They need these 4 valuable points much more than Gen.G needs them, as that one just narrowly off the mark. Nolly looking for another. That's off the post. And Version 1 catching a break to hang around in this game. Beast Mode able to steal some boost, but not able to get anywhere near the ball as this goes across Calm is there. 45 seconds. Opportunity for version 1. They've been few and far between. And Chronic snuffs this one out. He's going to deliver the knockout blow in game 1.
Big play here from Chronic. It's a statement play. You see Calm there. He gets it past him. Beast mode a dunk. No solo play for you. It's all Chronic who puts his name on the lights. 3 goals. Every single member of Gen.G getting on the board here in game 1. And they are looking to shut out version 1 here. 36 seconds left. V1 cannot get a goal.
Everybody shoots, everybody scores for Gen.G, but also Chronic has been involved in all 3. 2 assists, and then that solo goal. Apparently Jack looking for another. Oh, they're already dead, Jack.
Look at this. The net, it just feels like it's open. 2 people off the side while Beast Mode tries to get there as fast as he can, but he's too slow. Jack has him red all day long. Calm's getting demos in the back end, but Calm, your team needs you in the net. 22 seconds left, and another goal given up for V1.
Torment up ahead, Nolly intercepts, and boy, version 1 just going to be waiting for this one to mercifully come to a close, and apparently Jack is not done yet. A hat trick now for Jack as the beatdown continues.
Yeah, Beast Mode trying to get a read on that. Perfect placement from Jack. Top right corner. 5 goals here. How many more are they going to score in the next 11 seconds? You would think that that was the last one we see, but Gen.G not letting their foot off the gas.
We got 2 referees in here, and neither one of them is actually going to stop this beating. Oh, boy. Final seconds finally tick away, and Gen.G makes a statement in game 1.
And what a statement they made. The entire team all over the field. You saw, again, 3 goals coming out for Jack. He has a hat trick, 4 saves from Noli, and an assist from him. Chronic, you had said it earlier in the game stacks, just all over. He had 100% goal participation till things got out of hand for V1. And my goodness, a smack in the face coming in game number 1 for version 1. Thankfully, we get to game 2 on Aquadome. It'll be 0-0, but you could tell completely picked apart there. They shut them down on offense. Beast Mode only had 1 shot that game. Calm was the one who was really acting so proactive, but even then, he can't be everywhere. V1, they got to lock in going into game 2. Otherwise, we've seen what Gen.G can do. They can break apart the best of the best. If this game plan continues on, we're in for a short grand final.
Beast Mode came into this series with 25 goals. Apparently, Jack just tied him at 25 in the Fall Cup. Gen.G came to play here in the grand finals. We'll yet to see if version 1 has come to join them. Aquadome for game 2. Something's got to change for V1. What'll it be?
Already, the start, you see that demo. Jack in the air. He's had some standout performances and solo efforts here in this entire tournament. Will he continue that trend? Or will it be Chronic here who comes up a good 50? And Torment, oh no, a big misread on that back wall, but not punished. Chronic plays that into the back end, away from the net. Nolan will take his shot at it, light touch, and Beast Mode has the red.
Big win for Calm as this goes all the way downfield. Beast Mode, tough angle. He can't get that central. And apparently Jack and Chronic tangled up with Beast Mode in the corner. Torment joins the fray as well. Finally outlet out to Chronic. And Calm barely making the save on Chronic's effort. But now it's apparently Jack. Up ahead to Chronic. Here come the team plays out of Gen.G. Beast Mode snuffs that out. And the follow-up goes a little bit wide towards Torment. Play that with a full tank of boost through apparently Jack. Can he get around Chronic as well? Kind of. But it's Nolly taking charge, and Beast Mode finally clears us out, and that's got to be a big relief to Daz for version 1. They're not letting Gen.G just pepper their net with shots yet.
Correct. They have been able to slow things down here, and they've also stopped the bleeding. So now it's about transitioning that. That might be the start. It's Torment getting version 1 on the board.
First goal for V1 in the series, and their first lead. Just under 90 seconds gone by. Torment coming up, who's kind of been the least talked about of all 3 members of this version 1 squad.
Honestly,
still critically important.
I think Torment Might be up there, but uh-oh, hold on. Jack, though, shutting that down really quick. The response off the kickoff here as Chronic gets a nice second touch, throws off Torment, but Jack was so ready to hop on it. He'll get rewarded with his equalizing goal.
Maybe there's something about Chronic playing against version 1. He's involved in 4 out of the 6 goals here. You have to go way, way back to RLCS X, the fall split in this same month, by the way, October of 2020, as Nolly met by Com. Chronic's team was able to sweep version 1 in the Swiss stage of that bracket, and they haven't really crossed paths many times since. Chronic playing that out in the general vicinity of Com, and Beast Mode jumps ahead of apparently Jack. Nolly couldn't come up with a touch. Opportunity now for V1. Up to the backboard, Chronic bails him out.
Yeah, look at that. Chronic's not done yet. Look, another 50 win. He's going all the way downfield. He's making Beast Mode uncomfortable too by just making sure that net is really a safe place for Beast Mode to be in. He finally is able to get around and get a 50 on Chronic again. Chronic this time, he gets demo. 2 demos for V1. Can they score? Tom gets denied there and will take his frustration out on Chronic. Beast Mode looking to set up Torment, but that ball gets sent away. And version 1's strongest attack since their first goal is sent by the wayside.
Well, Com took the boost, but let apparently Jack take over. Beast Mode has this high above the Aquadome floor. Chronic, little backflip, Torment to the backboard, and apparently Jack is right there. Possession for the moment, then out to Nolly. Nolly to the backboard. Beast Mode's got to have this. He didn't have it away, but Com got the demo on Chronic, and that snuffs out the attempt. But Chronic right back into the play and just ahead of Com. Demolitions, of course, so critically important, but also getting your bearings straight very quickly after the respawn, as apparently Jack shuts down that from Beast Mode. Just hasn't been able to get the human highlight reel going. Com, backboard, and Chronic has that out.
And still, though, that's a good drive from Beast Mode. He got past the team that was really trying to shut him down once he got into the air. Maybe something that V1 looked towards a little later and maybe can rely on. That's a good bump. Can Beast Mode line up the shot? No, Chronic denies it before Beast Mode can get there. Chance here. V1's making Gen.G very uncomfortable down the press. They just got to get that final shot lined up. The problem is Gen.G's been covering every angle. They're making it so tough for V1 to set up offense.
The control from Gen.G has been exceptional. Beast Mode around apparently Jack, but not with possession. Com will try again. Maybe V1 just playing this dump and chase. Chuck it downfield and try and track it down. And it's worked for 1 goal in now almost 10 minutes of gameplay. This goes all the way down. It's Com to collect. We'll see if V1 slows it down just a little bit. Beast Mode up ahead. All by himself. Getting some help from Torment? No, Torment and Nolly both unable to do anything with that ball. And the demolition on Chronic again. Feel like maybe, despite apparently Jack's 4 goals, V1 might have put a target here on Chronic to make sure he doesn't get too comfortable. 15 seconds remain as Com couldn't get any heads there. And apparently Jack, just seems like both these teams are willing to dribble this out and go to overtime here in game 2. All knotted up at 1 goal apiece. And Com will bring this to ground thanks to apparently Jack's challenge. And yeah, a rather uneventful finish to that game sends us into overtime.
OT lined up. Beast Mode might have it there. That shot's off. Com tries to get around it, but Nolly able to knock it away. Beast Mode has been able to pick apart Gen.G's defense, but he needs to follow up on some of these shot opportunities. Maybe this drive could work out for him here, but Nolly there quickly. I mean, Gen.G's so smart on how they play the ball out and play it around version 1 that they got to make the most of these opportunities when they're in the offensive half.
All about utilizing different angles and different approaches. You use the same thing over and over again. It becomes very easy to defend. Chronic, whoa, right in front of Torment. I don't know what happened there. Everybody's just kind of jammed up. It almost looks like the practice lobby as this goes across to the wall. And apparently Jack, full tank of boost. He beat Beast Mode to it. Can he get the double? No, Com is right there.
Beast Mode has a long clear here. Gonna try to control the ball, gets that flip reset over 1. Almost tried to line up another, but Jack was not letting that happen. This is a big beat though from Torment. If he could win that 50, it would have set up V1 maybe for a scoring chance. But Noli gets that one out once again. And now you start to see Gen.G. What do they do when they have the offense in front?
It has not been the prettiest Rocket League between these two squads, but that's just kind of how they play, especially the physical style of version 1. Everything's been thrown into disarray. Beast Mode shot, one of his better looks, immediately snuffed out by Nolly. Back to midfield, Chronic intercepts. Haven't seen Gen.G utilize their high-quality passing lately, because usually they're only playing with 2 players on the field. Nolly was just taken out. Here goes apparently Jack. And Calm will stop that up the ceiling, and needed one more touch, but Beast Mode's all over it.
Chronic control. This one goes around. Noli not able to make contact there. Calm pass. Torment shot. It's a top left bang! Torment seals the deal for V1 in game 2!
Boy, where did this come from? I think everybody saw Beast Mode start to turn in, and they just assumed the shot's coming from him. And all of a sudden, Torment, top left, V1 level the series.
You alluded to it a little bit earlier, Stacks. Torment, probably one of the least talked about players, not even in this team, just in this lobby.
Yeah.
And I bet you everybody's talking about him right now after that goal. Great
after
work
both
to set
of
him
them.
up. Yeah, he's got 2 of the goals. He shot 100% that game. You line it up, he'll be able to knock it down. This was a tight one between V1 and Gen.G. Again, a lot of possession changes, and it looked very awkward and very scrappy in some of these midfield battles for possession. At the end of the day, though, comes down to, again, being able to line up some of those shots, setting up Torment to be able to work for V1 has worked out tremendously. As you talk about Gen.G being kind of like a 3-headed Hydra, like a lot of people say. I mean, version 1 in that same right sometimes.
It almost felt like fatigue was starting to set in during that game. Like both these teams have just had long weekends, not used to playing so many games in one weekend with, of course, all the games played yesterday, 28 for 28. Both these teams having to go through grueling 7-game series. Calm intercepts here. Wonder if they'll kind of pick it up as the series rolls on. That win for version 1, by the way, their 4th straight overtime, as apparently Jack plays one across, not letting Chronic come up for it. Chronic waiting at midfield. He'll be called into action against Calm as he'll make the turn. He wanted that back boost, could not take it. Opportunity for V1, but Beast Mode nowhere near that ball, just hanging above his head.
Gotta watch out how people move the ball around here. Grand finals tied up in the series score. What a response from V1 in game 2 after losing game 1 5-0. They end up taking game 2 in an OT. Again, being able to make those adjustments is such a big deal here over the course of this. Again, 2 teams, both of them still have their timeouts here, and it really makes this series feel like quite the stretch, quite the test of their true mettle.
Second touch for Beast Mode. He'll set up Calm, and Calm could not run onto that. The pass not exactly where it needed to be. He'll take his frustrations out on apparently Jack, with Torment coming all the way back, and the game of keep away continues. Try to keep it away from that man, Chronic. Here goes Beast Mode against Nolly, and Nolly there with the stop. So Beast Mode, his solo efforts have gone kind of quiet. They've been stopped by Gen.G for the most part. Only the 1 assist to his credit so far. It's a pretty good one, though. Chronic.
No boost.
Can't connect here. Yeah, trying to do maybe a little bit too much. And maybe version 1 starting to frustrate him a little bit. Beast Mode against apparently Jack. Bring it to ground. Trying to do it all himself. Torment to finish the job.
They unleash the beast. Look, gets Jack up. A 50 pass too, so strong. And Torment there at the perfect moment, another follow-up goal. V1 set the tone in game 3.
He will try and do it all himself until somebody else tells him he can't. That time needing Torment to come up and finish it. He has. V1 back in front. There's a quick answer from Gen.G last time. Apparently Jack That'll go to Nolly. And more possession out of version 1. I mean, we've already seen, Daz, they've gone from just throwing it deep and trying to track the ball down to keeping possession. So you play around with fire, you're eventually going to get burned, especially with Chronic. And apparently Jack coming in. Oh, Jack waiting. His shot set away by Torment.
Great patience on the ball there for Jack. Oh, wait, hold on. Noli trying to set this up for Jack again. Ball gets out to him, but Beast Mode able to deny. Gen.G, the offense was so strong in the early parts of the game, but now things have slowed down for them. The scoring has been tremendously less in the early part of this series. What once looked like these guys are operating as a cohesive unit, it feels like now they're playing catch-up because version 1 has just completely sped up this game and this series.
V1 getting into positions where they can try and outplay Gen.G as Chronic makes his 3rd save, keeping Gen.G in it here with 1:40 to go. Nolly met by Torment. We've seen, Daz, these challenges slowing down quite a bit, though, from version 1. Not just their pace of play, but getting the tires on the ball so that they can slow it up and try and bait Gen.G into an early challenge. It's worked to some extent, but only to a 1-goal lead here late in Game 3.
Yeah, when they drive up the field, I mean, the press has been really tough for Gen.G to manage. I mean, you saw that save. That was a great shot from Common to the top right corner, forcing a defensive stretch. Beast Mode almost able to put that one in. That was so close as it screened along the goal line. It's those types of threats that have really just kind of changed up the narrative here for Gen.G. The way they've been playing this game now has been, okay, we need to regain control. We need to kind of control the pace, how to move the ball. Torment's pushing past 1, past 2, and Cobb will put it in. 2-goal lead for V1.
Torment won't get an assist here, unfortunately, but boom. Hit 1, hit 2, wide open as Calm gets his first of the series, and that may be enough. 50 seconds remain now, a 2-goal lead for version 1. The physical play still coming out, but this time not just from Calm. He's right there to stop Chronic. Nolly trying to set up apparently Jack. The shot itself was a little bit wide, and now Calm throw one downfield. More time burning away. Precious seconds that Gen.G need to try and get back into Game 3.
30 seconds left. Gen.G would need 2 incredible drives if they want to equalize this game. Maybe a chance here. Chronic tried to go for it, but very ambitious was that chance there. Would have been stunning. Now Calm can take his time, work around the ball, and this series started out completely one-sided, but now it's flipped on its head. Gen.G may have started off strong as they look for one more. They won't get it. Version 1, 2 back-to-back game wins.
Why do we fall? So we can get back up. Version 1 takes just a ham-fisted beating in Game 1, but they have bounced back. 2 goals in back-to-back games, 2-1 in overtime, 2-0 in regulation, and now a timeout coming out from Gen.G as they've watched this series take on a completely new direction. And it's on that squad right there to figure out how to slow down not just Beast Mode and not just Calm, but most importantly, slow down Torment, who has just had a reign of terror over these last couple of maps.
Everybody talks about the 3 players, but I mean, you got to give credit to Alu here, being able to coach in this team. If there's anybody who knows how to pick apart some of the best teams in NA, it's going to be him. Especially, I mean, he's played against a lot of them too. He's been the experience level from Alu, combined with the experience from Jack and Noli. I mean, that's part of the reason why this team is so good. They're going to be needed though to see whether or not they can really make some big changes, because version 1, I mean, once they kind of figured out how Gen.G were playing, I mean, they changed up the style a little bit. Like you had said, Stacks, they slowed things down. And once they were able to do that, they pulled Gen.G out and they hit them hard.
I wonder if it's a little personal for Alu, as it is Calm who broke Aleutian's record of demos in a single game. You remember, of course, Alu did it in a 5-minute game. He bullied around, I think it was Shopify Rebellion, in an event where FaZe then went on to not even make the top 8 playoffs. I think that was right after they had come off of a win in the Fall Open, or the first Fall Regional back in last season. Odd how FaZe seems to have done almost the same thing this time around. Back to business, though, with these two squads, Version 1 and Gen.G. And Illusion trying to get his squad back in it here after a couple, I don't want to say a dominant win there in Game 3 from Version 1, but it felt like they had possession for the vast majority of that game. They certainly had the higher quality chances. You can't really recall too many good looks from Gen.G back on DFH Stadium, and now we go to Utopia, and what mentally must feel like a must-win for Gen.G coming out of the timeout.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, you expect that to be very successful for them off of that tactical timeout. They've been pretty successful, though, when they do come out of those timeouts, so would not be too surprised to see if the changes have an immediate effect here. But that's what we play the games for. Chronic, Demo, Jack, Tanoli. Oh, but Torment there has it lined up. Beast mode. He's going to let Calm score that because the net's just wide open for him. And V1 picked up where they left off.
Less than 30 seconds after the timeout expires. And that is not what they talked about during the TO. V1 all smiles during the timeout. It's just going to keep on going unless Gen.G gives him a reason not to. Beast mode. Wins the race to the corner boost, and he's got the ball, so apparently Josh has nudged him away. Beast mode stays with it, though, as he got to the ceiling. Shades of Garrett G in London, as Calm got it to go off the crossbar and in.
Calm's been looking for a way in all series, and now he finally gets one right over Chronic. Bar down and in. 2 goals, Version 1. Keep up the fire.
The party just keeps on going as Torment comes across. He is through Nolly. Chronic will leave that for apparently Jack, but he can't keep possession. Chronic kind of gets stuck down near the floor of the goal. Here comes Calm again for Torment, and apparently Jack just in the way. And Chronic will take charge as Jack and Nolly try to sort themselves out. It'll be Nolly up ahead. Beast mode coming in behind him. I don't think Nolly had a clue he was there. Now Calm can't get through Chronic, and Nolly's got to slow things down along with Jack.
Oh, man, but the performance, though, from Version 1 has been spectacular. They come into this series, and it just looked so uncoordinated. But now everybody has been involved. I don't even know who to make a case for. Everyone's playing great right now. Torment especially. Again, a lot of his defensive touches have been phenomenal. Have set up a lot of good offensive plays. But he's also been on that scoring end. You saw how they looked in that game, too. He put in both those goals as well. And then you see that solo play there from Calm. And, of course, I mean, beast mode is beast mode. But that one is all Jack, who comes through and says, hold on, I can do things all by myself if I need to.
Beat 1, beat 2. The only reason he didn't beat 3 is because Torment was out of the play to begin with. Apparently Jack determined to drag his team kicking and screaming across the finish line if he has to. Chronic will win the race to that midfield boost. That should slow down V1 just a little bit. And Beast mode taken off the pitch as well. Apparently Jack looking for more. Forced it through, and Torment's right there. Oh, and now the net's open, and it's on! Beast mode adds another.
Hey, you gotta look at this again. Is this a pinch? Oh, man. Pinch right into the net. Austin Franklin just under the crossbar, too. Unfortunate for Gen.G. as Noli tried to make that challenge there, but 2:51 left here. And, man, when you thought they had some momentum, they got a lot more work to do now.
More work for Jack to do. More for Chronic and Noli to perhaps pick up as well. Coming to the halfway mark. Still a lot of Rocket League to be played here on Utopia. Calm through Jack. And Calm, a little backflip there. That opens the window a little bit for Gen.G. Nolly will steal the boost out from underneath beast mode. Apparently Jack there at midfield. It's got to be Nolly to take charge. Nolly over to Chronic, and a laser brings him back within 1.
Oh my, the power behind that shot, 81 miles per hour. Look at this, infield, Calm did not stand a chance. He knew exactly where it was going, but the speed on that, Chronic got everything behind that ball. Gen.G back in it, 2:17 left. They go for a fake kickoff here as they look to try to feed the ball across, but not necessarily the best touch out, and almost a chance there for Calm to increase the scoreline for version 1.
All beast mode to Calm, and Chronic in the way along with the rest of Gen.G. Savior medal for Chronic. Can he save them? No, it's saved away by beast mode. Apparently Jack's drive is stopped, but there's Nolly. Everybody shoots for Gen.G, and Nolly finishes the job.
Attack, attack, and attack again. Nolly keeping the follow-up, gets demo, but it doesn't matter. He's still got a piece of the ball, puts it into that top left. Gen.G not done yet.
Inside 2 minutes in a game that feels like it's just gone on forever. 3-all as Calm meets Nolly. And the pass goes way out towards Chronic to reset for Gen.G. He will think about peeling off. Now, after forcing beast mode back to the backboard, it's Chronic and Jack on the attack. 135 remains. Things have slowed down only a tad bit now after Gen.G has leveled game 4. And Torment gonna have all day to circle around on this. He's got Calm on the outlet. Hard to the back wall, and right there is Nolly to catch.
You're right, things start to slow down. Now things have gotten equalized here. But for Gen.G, this is a perfect. Again, coming out of timeout, it didn't look too good for them. Now, again, starting with Jack kind of leading the charge, they've been able to pull themselves back into this game. If they win this, they pull themselves back into this series. But you gotta stop this V1 team, and when they're under press, sometimes you just can't do that. Torment able to get the goal after Beast Mode pushes his way through Gen.G.
A former World Championship MVP. He's been in this spot plenty of times. The veteran Torment breaking a 3-all tie with less than a minute to go. And Calm on that kickoff will win it right back to Torment. Chronic coming up. Decent challenge. Beast mode to follow up. And Gen.G hitting the release valve there, and just ahead of Calm. Apparently Jack adds his 6th goal of the series.
Great read from Jack to get there. Absolutely needed touch. I don't know if he could have played the play more perfectly. 8 goals, 45 seconds left. No one wants to give up this game.
V1's already played a game like this yesterday against Furia. They dropped that game, wild as it was. Apparently Jack thought about it. Slow play instead. Chronic now with Jack waiting in the middle. Beast mode boosting in, trying to give him something to think about. Here comes Nolly for the win, perhaps. And it's set off by Beast mode. And the ball downfield for V1. It's dangerous for Gen.G, and Chronic just barely getting that to the wall. So apparently Jack can settle things down. Final countdown to overtime in game 4. Chronic slows it down. Apparently Jack out of the corner. Clock hits 0. Ball hits ground, and we go to OT.
What a game we have seen here. No one could have expected this type of game 4 coming into the series. But here we are, both teams been trading blows back and forth to try to get a lead of this. V1 win this game. Series on match point, they have the momentum. But Chronic and the rest of Gen.G looking to deny. Infield pass, Jack trying to get there in time. He wants to get a play to set up. They want to close this one out. But V1's defense locked down.
Our version 1 out of sorts defensively there, but they did just enough to keep Gen.G off the scoreboard for now, as Gen.G trying to get their 2nd win. Try to get a win coming out of a timeout. They don't have anything left after this. Torment. Decent challenge against Chronic. Comes apparently Jack. Chronic's got to cycle out of there. Nolly was right there in the midfield. Now Chronic just throw one netward. Try and slow him down. Apparently Jack pushed it wide. An opportunity I'm sure he'd love to have back, as Torment picks up a 2nd Savior medal in this game alone. And Torment finally ricochets this out and is brought right back in. So V1 can't really get too comfortable here, Daz, at their own back line.
They don't look comfortable as well either. Oh, pass to Nolly. He tries to end the game, but Calm denies it on the goal line. Gen.G still shooting. Jack trying to get this one through. Chronic is sitting there waiting. Nolly will pick up the mid boost here. Will he be able to get to this ball? Yes. Turns around and Torment denies. Calm will not be able to get there in time. This one's been very speedy as Beast Mode looking for the double. Gets it. Can Calm finish again? V1 win and put the series on match point.
5 minutes away, or who are we kidding? No way that they only need 5 minutes in the next one from claiming the Fall Cup. Another overtime, 5 in a row now, going the way of version 1.
Wow.
My gosh. 16 shots, Daz. 16 from Gen.G, and all they could get is 4 goals, and even that wasn't enough.
Yeah, exactly. Despite everything that they tried to do, I mean, they were definitely poised to take this game. They had opportunities. But even when V1 would punch, they would punch back sometimes twice as harder. They really wanted this one. But it does come down to this. Of course it does. Beast Mode. That pass out. Fantastic. Caught Gen.G off guard. And now Gen.G have their backs against the wall. Everybody, the entire desk predicting them because they've run the gauntlet, but no one could have expected the way V1 have come out and play, except for those who have been watching V1 this entire event, who have seen them step up. They want this regional just as much as Gen.G. They want to close it out. Can they do it here and now? Game 5 goes live.
Wasteland, perhaps a fitting sight for what could be the end of the Fall Cup as Chronic comes across for a save early on. Torment tried to slip one by, and apparently Jack there as well. Version 1, you can tell now, they can sense just how close they are to claiming this regional. As Calm trying to force one through, and of course the 4 points that would come with this individual win. I mean, the $30,000, that's nice as well. Chronic, great setup for Nolly. And the ball dished off to the corner by Torment. Here goes Beast Mode, right at apparently Jack. And Jack has won more of those than not so far in this series, but overall, it's been Calm and Torment that have picked up the slack in a big, big way, helping V1 to this point.
Can they help V1 close this series out, though? Gen.G has started this one with a lot of offensive pressure, but not too many testing shots, just keeping the ball on that blue half. They want to be able to break down version 1 at that defensive end. That would be the real success here for Gen.G. If they can take them down when they usually are at their strongest defensively. Chronic trying to lead that charge against Demo easily. In Beast Mode, a good carry over Jack.
Torment there to meet Chronic as well, and well, these are the 2 men of the hour. Calm and Torment trying to work in tandem. Instead, it's apparently Jack coming in to take that away. And Beast Mode gonna burn as much boost as he can to get to this and keep possession, getting his teammates in position to help out, but instead it's Nolly. And apparently Jack coming up to take over. That shot's wide. Follow-up goes out to Chronic, and Calm recognizes that to shut down the play immediately. Calm's second touch. Torment couldn't get a shot off, and Beast Mode not diving in there. That would have been effectively a triple commit for V1, and they're not going to press that with a 2-game advantage.
Oh, Chronic almost got that flip on the ball. Chance for Nolly. He was setting up for the flip. Gets the dunk throw, but it's straight to Beast Mode. Beast Mode will try to get a carry upfield. Calm with the shot. Top left. Denied by apparently Jack. Halfway point. Scoreless after a shootout in Game 4. Defense has stepped up as we are on tournament point.
Torment trying to pinch that across the Calm and immediately shut down by Gen.G, fighting for their tournament lives. Runner-up in the Fall Open. They have clinched a spot at Rotterdam Ahoy. Torment in front, Calm denied on the left post. Now Beast Mode, he's going for a double, and Chronic sends that back out towards Calm, but it's just right back in. It's like one of those punching bags. It just keeps coming back. Torment out of the corner. It's Beast Mode, and that's off the post.
2 back-to-back post hits for V1. They just can't get a goal despite all the pressure. And Gen.G escaped by the skin of their teeth. Now they're trying to move upfield.
Torment trying to finesse that around Chronic, who runs into Nolly. And Gen.G only left with Nolly on the attack. Apparently Jack was across. And Beast Mode will get this corner boost, or side boost, but give up the ball to Chronic. Minute 25. Apparently Jack is there. Shots wide. And the follow-up belongs to Calm as he just pops it up for Torment. Beast Mode is lurking, and Nolly's in his face. Chasing Calm all the way back, and he just got a touch.
Forcing Calm to just in that thrill. Again, not being comfortable. Calm low on boost. Torment low on boost. But still able to slow down Gen.G on the press. Beast Mode has enough to get a solid touch here. But here comes Nolly. Good speed for Beast Mode to get there in time. Ball played into the blue corner, but not in control of V1 just yet. They're still trying to fight their way out. We are getting into dangerous territory in game stacks. One goal could decide this tournament.
As clutch as Gen.G has been in this fall split, version 1 has been a little bit better in this event in particular. Again, winners of 5 straight overtimes. I'm sure they're content to just let this clock run out and go to another golden goal situation. As Beast Mode gets deflected away by apparently Jack. Chronic coming through. He gets hit to the ceiling and can't continue the play. 20 seconds remain. Nolly, only line of defense, though Chronic goes right through Calm on his way back, and he'll have the clear.
Calm sending that back through, up so fast, but Jack up a little bit faster. Torment pushing this through. Can he set up a goal? No. Chronic with the deny. Calm to Beast Mode. Beast Mode to the sidewall. Nolly tries to keep this up, but no, will actually let it hit the ground. Overtime in game 5.
Yeah, but you can sense the fear from Nolly there as that ball came off the side, and he realized that, okay, big sigh of relief. There's nobody coming on. Here goes Chronic for Nolly, and it's set off by V1. Here they come, looking for a 6th straight overtime winner. Calm drop down. Right there is Nolly waiting.
Big test here for Gen.G. Can they stop this V1 team that was on a run? So much pressure here. No one afford to make a mistake. Look how slow this drive is. No one wants to go for the ball. Torment will take it away after Chronic puts a testing shot on. But you can just feel the tension for that 1 second. Oh my God, a laser shot. And Chronic has to reach for the save. Torment drop down, and Chronic cuts it off before Beast Mode can get to it.
It's just far too early for version 1 to have actually gotten a winner there as Beast Mode. Oh, hassled by apparently Jack. Chronic is there as well. Nolly waiting for his chance to jump in, but it just never comes. And Nolly's got to race back. Indirect shot is deflected high. And now Calm for the win, and Nolly shut that down too. Oh, Nolly's been an integral part of the defense now for Gen.G. He has almost single-handedly kept them alive in this tournament. Now Beast Mode in front for Calm again, and Chronic got a piece. Nolly altered the shot as well.
Jack slowing things down, trying to buy his team some space. Clear out. Torment, a high ball, looking to recover. Nolly turns. Jack behind him, able to get a save. Another save from Jack. That's his 3rd of the game. That's also the 8th for Gen.G.
One thing we've not seen is a ton of demos out of version 1. Everybody racing back. And Calm and Beast Mode will be at the back. It's apparently Jack to center, and nobody there. Shot wide.
Oh my goodness.
Just ricochets right back. And that forces Beast Mode to hang around at midfield.
Keep your head on a swivel the way the ball's moving now. And the faster it goes, the more likely we may see a mistake here. Both teams playing well. Shot on. Beast Mode gets there before Nolly can get to it first. Jack with control. Chronic won't be able to go for it. And this one gets played into the corner. 2 minutes, 15 seconds in OT. And this one still as close as every other game we've seen.
Only one of those overtimes for version 1 was under 2 minutes, and only barely so. Here's Nolly. Oh, he got to it too early. And the shot's just high. Calm trying to chase this down, and apparently Jack plays around him. Ran into Beast Mode. That means Torment and Calm. Calm was a decoy, and that still throws Nolly and Chronic enough. They can recover. And Chronic a little too strong for apparently Jack. Calm can bring this back to the corner. Now Nolly. Oh, he couldn't keep possession there. A big miss. And Beast Mode almost made him pay for it.
So close. but not close enough. The net looking open, but Chronic comes back to get up in time. Beast Mode pass middle. Noli with the denial, and make sure not to send it too far away from the team. He's able to come up again after getting that boost. Great carry for him. But can Gen.G make it through this game? V1's been bearing down on him, looking for a way to close this series out. Demo starting to happen now. Good read on Jack. Tom trying to end it, and Chronic a goal line save.
Version 1 has eclipsed over 20 minutes of overtime now today alone, and they're gonna have to play some more as apparently Jack ends it in 5, and now we go to game 6. Gen.G stays alive.
Noli gets the bump. Jack finds the ball just under the defense. It's not pretty, but it's enough for Gen.G to stay alive.
A marathon back and forth where the game nearly ended at least 5 times. Instead, we play on as Gen.G tries to come back from the grave, led by apparently Jack, and yet another gargantuan scoreline. Crooked numbers all over, 5 saves, 4 shots, but most importantly, the 1 goal, Daz, that keeps Gen.G in it here in the grand finals.
And man, that goal so big, but there were so many chances all over the field. Calm that game had 8 shots alone. That is the same as Gen.G shots combined as a team. And to see that pressure, to see that offensive attack V1 pulled out, and the fact that Gen.G were able to get there, some of those plays, some people are definitely going to want to take a look back at, but there's no time, Stacks, for us to take a look back. We got game 6, Neo Tokyo on. Gen.G still got some fight in them as they look to send this one to Champions Field.
Is Neo Tokyo the magic map for version 1? We will find out. Torment. Of course, the mental reset involved with any team playing in a long overtime that close to ending a series, and in this case, ending a tournament. Version 1 finally drops in overtime. Calm up to the ceiling. Wins that, but Nolly's there.
What a
How
touch.
great has Nolly been? How great has Gen.G been overall? They have really bared down here. Nolly, double tap, and it's just wide.
Oh my goodness, it was so close. He had it lined up. He knew exactly what he wanted to do, but just barely off target. Still though, Noli being that comfortable on offense can only be a good sign for Gen.G. V1 on the defensive end has been able to block things out for now. But Gen.G starting to ramp up after taking that win. They got a lot of momentum, chance out in front, and Chronic will push it through. Gen.G start game 6 off hot.
Here they come again. Apparently Jack around Torment and Chronic right there. We haven't seen Gen.G be hyper-aggressive like that. We haven't seen them send that second man diving in. That time the confidence pays off. On another opportunity, Nolly up ahead to Jack. The extra pass and the shot well high. The Chronic will have to play this around. He couldn't get there for a shot. And it should be V1 ball now. Beast mode towards Torment, who will circle around. And maybe a little confusion over who's actually going to come up and challenge that. Torment out towards Calm, and well, he was kind of playing for Torment to lose that ball, so that doesn't work out for V1 at all, and they can't quite get on the same page here early in game 6.
Soft touch out, Chronic able to cause some confusion. Now Beast Mode has to use the last of his boost to make sure that Gen.G don't turn this into an offensive attack. He's going to be removed from the play a little bit, but he picks up that mid, so now he's back in as Torment puts that into the corner. Noli plays it up high, but Chronic was almost, I think he was in a row 1 there where Torment in front of the goal line decided to jump out of it. And now, Gen.G will be able to clear it away.
Well, this is intercepted by Torment. There's Calm. Shot just a little high and wide. Beast mode to follow. Tough angle for him. And Nolly will just roll this one out. Gen.G with the lead, trying to force us to Champions Field. Would be a fitting end for a tournament that has had all sorts of peaks and valleys. Calm, able to grab that corner boost. Now Beast mode with Torment running across in front. Torment all the way back up to that midfield boost. Calm going for a demolition. He got Chronic there as Calm got to be closing in on 100 demolitions in this event. There are teams that don't even sniff that number. over the course of a tournament. Here goes Nolly to pop one up. Apparently Jack is there. So is Chronic. Everything to shoot at, and it's just a little wide instead away.
Is it a counter? No, it's off target. Could have been a chance there. Gen.G set the house on the play, but V1 were so busy stopping the initial shots that they couldn't necessarily recover in time to be able to equalize this game. And now they got to race against the clock as we hit that 2-minute mark. Gen.G in control of the ball and of the clock here as well. As again, game 7 bound if things stay the way they are.
Hard clear, but only as far as Torment, who needs a second touch. He's not going to have it. On with another demo on Chronic. And he's been the primary target for Calm as well. Able to get past Chronic this time in beast mode shot. Deflected by apparently Jack and held out around the corner. Torment being chased. That corner boost not there for him, but he'll still be able to collect and dribble out as far as beast mode. Shot right down the middle, sent away. And now Calm's got to kick it into high gear. Minute 20, still only a 1-goal lead for Gen.G. They've had their chances to expand that. So too at version 1 to equalize beast mode for Torment. No.
Oh no, Noli with a big miss here. Calm will put on the shot. Jack is up to get there. Noli gets a bump on Calm. This ball high, and Noli will get close to it. Again, just warding off V1. Final minute of gameplay. V1 was close in the last drive, but they came up empty. Do they have any more in the tank this game?
Decent stop by Nolly, but it's Calm after the demo by beast mode, and it bounces through. Torment the last touch, and version 1 find a way to equalize in the last minute.
Look at this, so much confusion. Jack didn't know what to play there on the ball. And as the last line of defense that gets past them, V1 have been able to bring this game back. Another golden goal opportunity potentially happening here. 40 seconds, clock ticks down. And Gen.G have been playing so well. Will they give it up here?
That could have been scary, and apparently Jack jumping across with Chronic. Bailing out Gen.G here. That pinches downfield, and Calm still found a way to get a touch. But now Chronic, his shot. That's going to require effort, and beast mode couldn't get a touch. Chronic circled around. He couldn't get the angle. Now Calm, full boost. But he couldn't do anything with the ball. I think a lot of kind of paralysis by analysis here from a lot of these players, as the nerves are certainly displaying themselves in the closing seconds of regulation. Nobody wants to make a mistake, and so we go to overtime.
Lock in. 1 goal makes the difference between game 7 and us sending it back to the desk. V1 able to get an equalizer here, but do they have what it takes to break apart Gen.G? Gen.G, who started this game off early, have let things slip towards the end. Do they have the mental to get back into this game and close it out and play one more? This is what we play the games for, ladies and gentlemen.
Good pop by beast mode towards Calm, but better interception by Nolly, and Torment still there. World-class defenders still got it. And here comes version 1, only as far as midfield as they lost the plot again. And Calm nudges apparently Jack into the corner, and beast mode just slow playing against Nolly. Calm with the boost. Finally clear the zone, but here comes Gen.G again. Boy, V1 have, again, they've played with fire multiple times. Chronic and Calm take each other out. And you wonder if Gen.G is going to get them again, if it's only just a matter of time. Nobody forward, though, for Gen.G except Jack. Now Nolly will try. He's got the flip reset, and still met by beast mode.
Gen.G with some strong strikes, but now the ball's going the other way. This one out in open space. And you can tell that defense, that last man back is very far back. No one trying to overcommit just yet. Beast mode looking to end it. No, will actually go for a bump. He doesn't have a follow-up, though. So V1 will have to start again. Something's got to give here, whether it's the defense or maybe an overextension on offense. But time will tell. We're approaching the 2-minute mark in this game 6 overtime.
See the wheel spinning there for beast mode. Apparently Jack going to be the only one back. I say back, right there at that horizontal dotted line. He was pressed way forward in the demolition there on Calm. That's got to feel a little therapeutic after what they've endured this whole series from Calm. Here's Nolly, met by beast mode. We passed the 2-minute mark of OT. Chronic Trying to drill down onto one. It's a high bouncer. Torment's got it all the way. Beast Mode thought about coming out. There is not a lot of boost at all for version 1. They move very slowly out of the zone, but do escape unscathed.
You're right, they move slow, but Gen.G also moves slow there. You're expecting a challenge. It doesn't come through. Jack plays it high. Calm will get a read on that. The defense on the net was taken out, but V1 still survived.
I think if that shot is on target down there, we're going to Champions Field. There's no way anybody's going to react to it. Apparently Jack lining up a double, and Beast Mode cut it out. A third save for him. He's the only one on the V1 side with a Savior medal in this game, which just feels bizarre given how many good looks Gen.G has had. As Nolly not going to be able to keep possession here, and Chronic trying to help out the cause, but it's calm. Reset, Beast Mode there, and it's just high.
Chronic still doesn't have that 100 boost. He's gonna sit there in the back on that path. Meanwhile, Jack and Noli trying to cause havoc. Chronic goes to disrupt Beast Mode, but Beast Mode has the ball again. Calm looking for the demo, and Jack able to make the save off the Beast Mode shot. Looking to move upfield, but Calm with the deny gets it back to Beast Mode, who again is trying to disrupt V1 on that offensive push.
How far we've come since that second overtime, or the first overtime in game 2. Apparently Jack denied by Beast Mode. Chronic also stopped by B Mode, who somehow keeps us going on Neo Tokyo. But for how much longer? Calm out of the corner. Nolly shuts that down. And Beast Mode, little hesitation. That may be costly. Apparently Jack shot sent out by Calm.
Noli tries to send this mid. It's behind Calm. Chronic gets a piece of it. Jack goes up, but fake challenge. Noli gets beat. Chronic in danger, but is able to get that light touch. Noli picks up that corner boost, so it doesn't go to V1, and Calm here, last line of offense here, as he's trying to buy time for Torment and Beast Mode to get back into the play.
Coming up on nearly a full extra game, a missile sent forward. Calm's got it over to Torment. Nolly had that read, and Calm read that from Nolly, seeing apparently Jack coming up. Full boost though for Jack. Met by Beast Mode. Switching fields time and again. No, Jack with a backflip there, so Torment, at least he had to get in the way. Who knows what would have happened. And now Calm, met by Nolly again. Another win before midfield by Gen.G. And they get a shot though. Nolly to Jack, and he just couldn't connect.
Jack got bumped, but now he's doing some bumps of his own. Could be an open lane. Chronic to win! Bang! Chronic sends us to Game 7 off the assist from apparently Jack!
And who does he hit back into the net? Calm. How does it feel after 5:01 of OT? Champions Field awaits.
We couldn't have it any other way, Stacks. These two teams have fought their way through this bracket and have shown us displays of brilliance, of magnificence. And before we get things going on Champions Field, V1 need to take a timeout to make sure they regain composure after that one.
Yep, you can't take it with you. So version 1 will use it here. Tournament point. Champions Field. After Gen.G. They looked in the water, right? I mean, you go back to that game on Utopia. Version 1 getting the early lead. Gen.G bringing it back. And then with the overtime winner from V1, you think, okay, there goes all the momentum. There goes all the fight, all the wind out of their sails. And Gen.G finds a way to answer back. If this isn't the most exciting team to watch in North America, Daz, I don't know who is.
He's all out of water. I'd be too if I was playing that series. My goodness.
Oh my gosh.
I got a big jug right here. Trust and believe. But man, you can see it though in that tactical timeout as well. Torment was going off, like just constant communication, constant talking. Look, he is right here even again. You know V1, even though that game was played close, and even though they've been able to battle back into the series and go on match point, tournament point, it just feels like in these past couple of games, Gen.G's been able to match them pound for pound. So for them, taking this time, kind of reset, get locked in for this, and also figure out what they got to do to break apart Gen.G is going to be huge here for them. I don't blame them at all, but they've only got so much time left to be able to chat, because once we get on the field, they got to leave everything out there.
4 overtimes in this grand final. The only 2 that didn't go to OT, the beating that Gen.G delivered in game 1, 5-0, and a 2-0 shutout from version 1. That gave them a 2-1 lead, and it felt like V1 had all the momentum. Timeout has expired. One more time to Champions Field. Who takes the Fall Cup, the 30K, and those all-important 16 RLCS points? It's Chronic shot met at point blank by Beast Mode, and Gen.G trying to get the upper hand early on as they go back and forth.
Chronic coming out of that, gets a musty. Again, just looking for using that time that he has to be able to kind of set up some play that throws off V1 on the defense. But here's Beast Mode. He almost got a piece of that ball. V1. You wonder what they said to each other during that timeout. There was a lot of talking happening. And how are they going to change their approach on the field here? Because they're all out of options. They're all out of lives. It's when the clock hits 0, whoever's in the lead is going to take the Fall Cup.
Chronic chasing down the sideline, and it's Calm that played that out towards apparently Jack. Can he get a second touch? He has, but it's just wide across the goal line. It looked real dangerous there for V1. You just feel like both these teams, one missed challenge away from certain doom, as Calm got hit there by apparently Jack. This goes right back out to Jack. He is just everywhere right now for Gen.G, Daz.
He is. Jack is, and so is Chronic. Chronic got 2 bumps off ball and almost kind of set up a lane there for a goal to be scored. Jack is up super early, was looking for a bump on Torment, but Torment remains solid, as always. It's going to take a little bit more than that from Gen.G if they want to take down V1 here, especially when they're cool, calm, and composed in the net. Calm dodges a demo as well, and being able to get this again back into that midfield.
Oh, Torment caught up to this. No second touch, though, as Calm is taken out behind the play. He's respawned in just in time to make the save.
Beast Mode up early. Calm looking to get to that ball quickly, but not the best touch on that one. So we'll leave it for Beast Mode. Beast Mode, ball played into the corner, not really going too much anywhere here. And V1's attacks have not necessarily been as threatening so far in the opening half. Gen.G has kind of let that charge. The pass comes through. Noli, shot. That one off target, and Calm able to clear it away for V1.
4-man shot here, set away by Chronic. As the action continues back and forth at a little more rapid pace than we saw in the first half of the series. Torment, yeah, wow, way out towards Beast Mode, but he was still too far back. And Calm will slow down a little bit, trying to give Torment time to get in position. Beast Mode creeping up again. All eyes got to be on him. He's been the guy, but he's been a little quiet in this series. As Nolly got that corner boost and then ate a demolition for his efforts. Beast Mode meets apparently Jack. Can he get one central? It's still available, but Nolly will have control. And that's going to be Torment and Calm kind of in the same area. It works out all right for version 1, but we've seen maybe a little bit too much of that for comfort.
Beast Mode could get one here. You're absolutely right. It feels like he's been quiet, but I think that's just Gen.G's game plan. Get in his way. Make him only go into the play for just by necessity, not for freedom. As it's really been Calm and Torment who have had a lot of the free balls to be able to do what they wanted to the air. Beast Mode does not have that luxury. He hasn't had it all series long. And they've been able to kind of cage the Beast for now, but he can still break out. And my goodness, would it be a breakout if he could do it right here when the team needs him most in this Game 7.
And Calm could feel the pressure coming from behind. He was able to jump and avoid a demolition, at least initially. Now Beast Mode, all by his lonesome, and stopped again by Nolly. Again, Nolly's defense. You don't talk about defenders very often because, okay, great, they're not scoring a lot of goals, they're not picking up a lot of assists. But Nolly's defense has been critical. But this one he's given away, and Calm picked his pocket in the final minute.
Read him like a book. And Look at this, 0 boost. Full faith to stay with the ball, and it pays off big time. Great read as V1 50 seconds away from winning the Fall Cup.
Those faces on the right side of the screen. Someone's got to step up. Chronic gonna take it on himself. He got through, and apparently Jack ties it 7 seconds later.
They strike like lightning. Chronicles lines up the bump. Jack with the follow-up threads the needle. V1 put all the hands up, and they still couldn't stop that shot from Jack.
Torment now to the corner.
Oh, chasing.
Oh my goodness. Another just edge of your seat moment for Gen.G's defense. Now Chronic trying to run interference, but apparently Jack couldn't get the shot through Torment. Now it's beast mode out to the corner. That caught a deflection. Overtime looming again on Champions Field. Nolly's got other plans. Calm will just send it up to the corner. V1's been great in overtime, but they've lost the last 2. With chances to end the tournament.
There's a chance.
Apparently Jack, one more look, and beast mode brings it to ground and rolls it out. Overtime, golden goal, sudden death to determine the Fall Cup champion.
Close is not good enough. If you want to be a champion, you need a little bit more. And both these teams have given it their all this entire tournament. It comes down to this.
One of the longest series we've ever had as Torment sends one away from the goal line, and Beast Mode got a touch there to get around Nolly. It's only Chronic that slows down, and everybody able to recover for Gen.G. And apparently Jack now through the air, and Torment takes charge. Good comms defensively for version 1. This is free in front, and Beast Mode gets back just in the nick of time.
You can see the pressure building up. You can see what Gen.G want to do. Again, playing almost V1's game against them. Going for these solo plays in the air, getting the bump. There's a bump there. Torment can't finish. Nolly awkward. Beast mode. No! It's denied by Nolly. What a recovery as Gen.G look to move downfield.
How is this game still going? Champions Field brings out the best of everyone. Beast mode scores, and version 1 cuts down Gen.G.
Beast mode off the assist from Calm, gets just enough behind it to where Nolly can't get a piece of the ball. And version 1 fight through it all, and they take the Fall Cup.
A version 1 team that, listen, we're all prone to hyperbole and making snap judgments on small sample sizes. We all looked at them after the fall open and thought, all right, they're just another team in North America. Turns out they're just another regional champion. You can see a little bit of disappointment on the side of Gen.G, but pure elation, especially from Calm and Torment as they pull down another regional, their first since the winter split when they really needed to win one to qualify for LA. Maybe a similar result here as it gives them a big leg up in the race to Rotterdam.
But man, was it not easy for either of these teams too, to be able to pull off this from V1. As you see that final goal going in, Beast Mode able to just get there. This team has wanted something like that for so long, Stacks. They've been fighting towards the top, and you know it has to feel so good for them to reach the peak of that mountain.
That series finished maybe a minute or 2 short of being the longest best of 7 series we've ever had. What a wild, wild finish. After we were worried if we would ever see Champions Field again after a full day of Champs Field yesterday, we finally got it, and boy, did that grand final deliver. And now I think there's only one thing left to do. I'll send it back to the desk to close out what has been a memorable Fall Cup.
And sir, what a battle. What a series. What a classic. It was amazing to watch. What was it like to play in a series that strong?
I'm tired now. Really. I mean, we were battling. I mean, like today and even yesterday, we've had like the longest OTs. I'm not sure why. We're just like 6-7 minute OTs even against Energy. Even against Fury, I think, just going really long. And especially having 3 back-to-back and 2, which we thought we should have closed out, definitely tires you out a little bit. Definitely drains you. But I'm glad we were able to close it out because that definitely would have sucked to lose the 3rd one.
So very likely, you're probably going to Rotterdam at this point. How do you feel as North America, like as a region now? Because with all these international transfers, everyone is so good. So do you expect that NA, by the time we get to World Championship level, that you guys will have a bunch of extra teams because of how good everyone is here?
Yeah, I'm pretty confident that NA can get 4 spots. At this point, 1 or 2 of those teams won't be, NA, like official NA, like from NA players. But at least they'll add the spots, and we'll probably have still have 5 or 6, NA teams at Worlds that were, not from South America or Europe.
That are actually from
But when you're playing, a team like Gen.G here, watching back all the highlights to me, it seemed like you guys really controlled timing of the challenges in front of that Gen.G net. Is that something you guys were trying to do as you got right in front of them? Because their defense has been absolutely insane over this weekend. So how did you guys approach them?
We mostly, they're pretty strong against teams that just bang the ball around and get heavy hits. And they also pre-jump a lot. So we decided to, we're just keeping the ball lower and controlling. And that was the only way we could really consistently get past them, I guess, because they're really good at pre-jumping and reading the bangs and the solo plays. That was basically the main thing. And that's a pretty EU, I think that's actually an EU thing. A lot of EU teams just pre-jump the midfield and pre-jump the high. So we were just not going high because we didn't want to just play into it.
Well, Torment, you mentioned, earlier in the tournament that there were probably a couple of games that you guys should have closed out or felt like you could have played a little bit better in. And considering how close you guys are now to qualifying for the major, what are the things that you think that you guys need to work on that are still weaknesses you think that you could improve on to prepare for the major?
To be honest, I think today the way we played is definitely our ideal play style, but we definitely we're a little bit panicky. We would be in those OTs and we weren't controlling like we should, and our comms were a little bit panicky. We're trying to remind ourselves calm it down. If we play how we do, we'll win this. And yeah, it will just come down to some panicky touches and putting the ball in bad spots, and we know that's not what we're supposed to do. So as long as we keep that consistent, and especially with more experience, we'll obviously get even better with that. So all that's pretty. But all in all, that's how we wanted to play mostly. We played really well today.
Well, Torment, we are all still so impressed at the performance we just saw out of your roster. Any final shout-outs you want to make to the fans or to anyone else before we let you go?
Shout out the fans. Shout out, my parents, my mom, my dad. I'm sure they're watching right now. Shout out, everyone at V1. We have some of our V1 staff here and stuff, and they're coming in supporting us while we're playing. Even though it's a Sunday, they're technically not on duty today, but we appreciate all that. And hey, to the fans, obviously you love the fans. Have some diehard fans since all the way back, 2 years ago when they picked us up. So we appreciate everyone, and thank you guys so much.
Torment, congratulations again on the victory, friend.
Thank you.
All right, folks. Version 1, your NA Fall Cup champions here, beating Gen.G Mobile 1 Racing in a 7-game thriller. I've seen this bracket before with Gen.G making it all the way to the final here, Gibbs, and then falling apart again. Is there some? There was a way in which we talked about, clearly V1 stepped up, but there was also a way in which we saw many of the Gen.G players, particularly Appjack, having some moments where he could have clutched up, where we've seen him clutch up previously, and it falling apart. Does Gen.G have a problem with grand finals?
I wouldn't say so just yet, because we talk about question marks for all these teams, really. We look at FaZe in quarterfinals and they lost out. So there's question marks across the board for every team, but the experience that they got here in a Game 7 overtime, that is incredibly valuable to go into a major, to go into big moments. And every time that you have a big moment like this, you're just going to get better and better at handling it. So, sure, Gen.G has lost 2 grand finals, but they've been in both grand finals, which is very, very impressive.
Look, Gibbs, you say there's questions across the board, but all I know is Furia lost in the quarterfinals to the grand final.
Oh, yeah. All right, let's get the point.
The copium's out for me. I'm happy.
8th place, Jorby. Come on, they got work to do.
All right, let's talk about points really quick. Top 5 go to the Rotterdam Major. The magic number is the 3-point gap, and that is from quarterfinals to a top 4 finish to make it into a grand final. So that's what you're looking at here right now we are on pace for a G2 NRG tiebreaker. There's still one tournament to be played, but if they both finish fifth and everyone below them does not do better, we would get that tiebreaker match, which would be incredible. But for version 1, they've moved up to a tie with FaZe Clan, which is huge, and Gen.G, obviously, with the 24 points. So a virtual lock for the top 3. And then after that, it gets a little hairy. Space Station, pretty safe. But again, that 3-point gap, we see Complexity, we see a Shopify. They just need a top 4 while everyone else will finish 5th, and they could possibly play for a tiebreaker match. So a lot on the line going into Regional 3.